Oh, here we go. So this one right here. So I know I'm blocking him, but you know, just deal with it.
All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are finally going to talk about Koumei.
Wait.
Everyone. We are finally going to talk about Koumei.
Respect.
Because I have to at this point. Koumei is.
I should make a Koumei video, but it's why? Why? You're there during this? Yeah.
She's the new Warframe. She's the new headliner for the update, and she is not very good. She is very poor. To clarify before we get into things,
Why do people not make triathlon parties anymore? Because it's dead content. DE killed it. That's why.
Today, the build I'm going to show kind of makes her function and do the things that she
And you only need 2 people to hunt.
Which is to say,
Anything more than that is a waste of time.
But what I'm not going to show you is just me shooting the turret at guys and pretending that decrees.
Oh my god! Thank you! Oh my god, never have I agreed with anyone as much as this. Oh my god, thank you so fucking much. I said the same thing. I said the same fucking thing. Holy shit.
Is to say not a lot. But what I'm not going to show you is just me shooting the turret at guys and pretending that decrees are what's making it good.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. The amount of fucking copium players. But look at my decrees. Shut up. You'll be slapped. You're just using the turrets. At this point.
So this is a discussion about actually Koumei herself. And I'll also probably show the build for the Aminata, which is her special melee weapon.
Which is better than Koumei.
I want to see that too. So to start off, I've invested no shards in this Warframe because I think that Koumei is...
I put shards in her. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I wasted bile on her. And yeah, that's it. I wasted bile on her.
Is trying to get into the bottom 5 of Warframes in the game, and she's trying to do it hard. She's trying to crack that case.
Damn.
Get into the worst 5 Warframes in the game.
Damn.
Caliban moving slightly up.
Damn.
With that, she's not worth investing shards in. No way, no how am I wasting shards and or bile on a Warframe that I'm...
Too late, man. I wasted bile, but I put bile into her and then I took it out. Actually, what's even worse, I wasted 1 Forma on her. Brozime did worse. He wasted 3 whole Forma. Oh my god. Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug, bro? You need a hug? Damn. He wasted 3 -3 on fucking Koumei. It's kind of hard to pronounce her name sometime.
I'm hoping gets fixed pretty soon. So that's not happening. With that, the build currently looks like this.
That's literally the same build I had, but instead of Prime Flow, I had Archon Flow, and instead of Fleeting Expertise, I had Augur Reach. Oh yeah, instead of Adaptation, I had Rolling Guard.
And we've done a lot, and there's some things to note here. First and foremost, of course, you're seeing the Archon mods. I will note that these don't matter a whole lot.
They don't.
Archon Continuity, if I apply Toxins, I get some corrosive stuff.
So sorry. You need to rephrase that, Brozime. If.
So it eats some a whole lot. Archon Continuity, if I apply...
Yeah, if. Guys, if. You can go... Not get a single Toxin proc. A massive if. Dumbest Warframe in the game. I feel sorry for you, Relly.
Toxins, I get some corrosive stuff, so it eats some armor away. It's like better than nothing, but it's just a little bit more expensive than Prime Continuity, and that's fine. It's technically a little better, but if you don't have this, just use regular Prime Continuity if you're going to play this Warframe.
I'm working this build. I don't know how to feel about it. It doesn't matter. The build doesn't matter for COPE-MEI. God damn it, Koumei, Koumei, Kuzume. There, that's a better name.
Effects from abilities that deal heat damage will be applied twice. Not actually what this does. This gives you one more heat proc on an ability that applies a heat proc. So
when that ability applies, come on, you know, you forget it's you know you're just like a bust. Great.
Not as good as doubling it. So there's no real like twice happening here.
Not Kozu,
I
Kuzu.
think it might do. Then Archon Stretch is just whenever you apply electricity, you get 2 energy a second for 5 seconds, which is pretty nice because she has to spam a whole lot to get anything going. But it's a nice little efficiency bonus. If you don't have this, just use regular Stretch. It's a little bit of a bonus. Other than that, for efficiency's sake, we are using Equilibrium so that when we pick up health orbs, we get a bunch more energy, which she's going to need because you have to spam constantly to get her abilities to do anything.
Yep.
And then we're also using Fleeting Expertise. She doesn't use that much duration, so the duration from Archon Continuity is enough of a counterbalance to Fleeting Expertise. And like I said, she has to...
Just, if you want, just make it rank 4. Would have been better. Then you can have 105% duration. But I don't use Fleeting because I'm using Roar. I want the duration. Why am I using Roar? Can you guys take a guess? Why am I using Roar on Koumei? Why did I use Roar on Koumei? It's so I can not use a faction mod on my Torrid. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
To spam a lot in order to get anything done. Then we're using Adaptation combined with the Archon Vitality we already mentioned, combined with Arcane Blessing to get up to about 2,000 health, plus Adaptation.
So you just use the Torrid? Yes.
With her pretty inconsistent 3 in order to make her survivable enough that we don't have to just constantly be shield gating and doing annoying shit in order to make her work. Prime Flow for a lot more energy max.
Brozime, what do you mean doing annoying, not doing annoying? You already have to play her. You have to do annoying shit so she can work. Here's a challenge. Stand on that wall and shoot enemies, but there's no wall in this tile set. Too bad. Hold down the button and have the button go on a fucking cooldown because you're in a tile set that has no fucking walls. Because you got a dumbass challenge to fucking wall latch while killing enemies. What the fuck, man?
The energy max is like maybe not
just
totally
stupid
necessary, and you could maybe use a couple blue.
The bug with the Torrid multi-shot doesn't work with the incarnate mode. No, I haven't.
Stats. The only stat that
didn't notice. I was just killing enemies way too quickly.
Strength, which we're using Precision Intensify for, which only affects our 4, but it's the only one of our abilities because we have subsumed Sickening Pulse that benefits from Strength anyway. Well, in any way that matters. Omamori technically can benefit from Strength with the heal multiplier, but that doesn't matter at all.
Exactly.
So Precision Intensify is affecting the only one that actually matters, and we're using Molt Augmented. So when we're stacked up, we're at about 250% strength on the only ability it matters for. And then, of course, we're getting Growing Power sometimes, which is going to be a little bit more to really just try and make Bunraku work. And now I'm going to explain how her abilities work, including the one we're not using, which is her 1. So her 1, and I'll just jump over here real quick to show all these. Her 1 shoots out these threads, which have an element.
Wait, I just heard. Wait.
Her 1 shoots out these threads.
What the fuck did she say? Itu.
Which have an element on them, which you can identify by color. Enemies need to move through these in order to be affected by it, and they're only affected by the status
once. Also, they do get affected by it when the threads are traveling, but it only applies one instance. So if you shoot your threads multiple times, it won't hit that enemy multiple times. If one thread hits an enemy, the next one that is supposed to hit doesn't hit them unless they get affected by that thread, by them moving towards the thread, which is fucking stupid.
Whenever they touch the thread. With that makes this essentially useless because it's like 1 heat proc, 1 electric proc, 1 toxin proc, and so on and so forth.
So if there are enemies lined up, right, your threads travel in a straight line. So the first thread that hits an enemy will apply a status effect, but the second thread that's going to hit that same enemy won't apply a status effect. So your thread will just like ignore that enemy. The enemy was like, oh shit. So when they walk past the other thread, they get the other status effect, which is fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying. It's so weird. And also another thing, right? The only time where this the threads are effective, right, is in a fucking tight space. So if you're in a very open tile set, by the way, you can only have one instance in a row. So let's say you're fighting in a very wide open tile set, sometimes like, you know, in the void or some corpus maps that are very open space. This ability sucks because if you didn't know, there's actual gaps in between the threads. So the threads have a small radius. They need to physically touch they need to clothesline themselves so they can get affected by this. Grouping sucks with this as well, by the way. So the only way your threads can be useful if you cast it more than once. So 1, 2, 3, you can get multiple status effects on that target. This is why this ability sucks. And what's even worse, it's RNG. There's so many times here, I'll show you. Hold on, I'm gonna leave the group. I will show you someone who can multi-proc several status effects with one button and not even struggle doing it. Yes, I'm always going back to Citrine just to show you that this is a better Warframe. This is just a 10 times better Warframe than Koumei. Am I doing that on purpose? Absolutely. Varuna does it better as well. True. So these are Xmas units. One hit like that, and look how many look at how many status effects I'm applying. Guaranteed, by the way. And this is without roar. So if I had roar right now, my ability will do a lot more damage. And this is without me using my weapons. This is just status application. So let's use roar, right? Apply a new one. 2 hits. A lot more damage. I can just sit back and it's constantly applying this. There you go. Now let's take it to COPE-MEI. Right? We're not gonna even use the Sickening Pulse build. Let's go with the Roar build so we can actually do damage with her 1. Okay. I went with Transient for even more fucking damage. Let's see. Okay. Alternate fire with this. Get as much strength as possible. Do our Matter Eye. Pop Roar. I got a 666. A 666. All right. Now let's try this. As you can see, only 1 instance. See, when I cast that, those threads disappeared. All right, now let's do it with Thickening Bulge. Same process. Okay, we're going to do alternate fire. Do 1. Do that. I got a 666 there. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. We'll do that again. 1. Let me do casting speed. Enemies are still alive. Let's go back.
If you can, like...
666 should be our normal ability, not Gamba stuff.
To make it go through all the threads, it's minorly effective at best. But usually, if you're using this ability, you're going to end up spamming it so that the threads just, like, hit, and you're just, like, going to be casting an absolute ton.
That's exactly what I just said.
which is just annoying and not particularly effective. After that, we have her 2. Her 2...
Sorry, we're pausing it again. Guaranteed. This just... Or... a new core with Encumber. Where's Encumber? Actually, a new core with Encumber could actually kill these guys. You gotta be careful. Look at that. 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 Yeah. This Arcane already does what COPE-MEI does, but better. And it's a primer build that's already killing them. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go back to the video.
It gives her access to a very, 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 very small window into the thing that's good about Duviri's decrees. You hit 2, you get a challenge. This is to kill 15 enemies during a wall latch. Whenever you complete that challenge, you get a decree from a random list of 45. It is notably not all of the decrees, and a lot of the good ones are not in there, like Close Contagion, which would be really good on her.
It will be insane on her. I'm surprised Close Contagion is not even in the list.
We're going to talk more about what makes decrees good in this video so that people can get an understanding of what my suggestions are for changing her. But basically, her 2, you get a decree, and then the cooldown escalates. So it starts at 5 seconds, becomes 10 seconds, and slowly gets
150, dude.
2.5 minute cooldown between your decrees. For a larger scale look at that, in a 20-minute mission, you'll get about 13.
No, let me rephrase that. Look at that in a mission with other people. Hey guys, can you please stop killing enemies? I need to go over there, wall latch, and shoot these guys. Man, shut the fuck up. Imagine playing COPE-MEI in a fucking group environment. They didn't even think this through. Oh my god, dude, solo endurance frames, there's so many frames who do a better job and can do solo endurance, but be way more effective than COPE-MEI. A million times better.
Decrees, which is not many. After that, you're going to get, you know, a decree every 2.5 minutes in the event that you can complete the challenges nearly instantly. And the notable thing about the challenges is that you need to kill more and more enemies as you get more and more decrees in order to complete them. It's not going to stay at like 15 enemies that need to die forever.
It goes up to like, what, 30 something?
In terms of her 3 rolls the dice and gives you charms equal to the dice, and then you have a 50% chance whenever you get shot for it to instead heal you, which is
50% chance to heal you.
Bad version of Revenant's 2. Because we're building up a lot of health, this happens often enough that it can kind of heal us and we can stay tanky enough. And she does have a decent amount of armor, but essentially this is just like a mediocre survivability skill.
Yep.
It's fine enough and would be okay if the rest of her abilities had much to do. Her 4 rolls the dice and does statuses equal to the dice roll on the enemies that you can see in front of you. If you roll 666s, it affects everyone in a circle around you.
Yep.
That is not a very good chance to happen, so just presume it never will. And it is also a stun for a pretty decent duration, I will say. The duration by default is...
Bringing their Koumei slot would be better and not require energy to spread. True.
Still an almost 20-second stun. So if you're just looking to lock down enemies that you are able to lock down, it's not bad for that. The reason that we're using Sickening Pulse is because rolling these dice, you get about an average of, let's say, 18. statuses that you're kicking out onto enemies.
You can get yourself gas,
but
heat,
it's
and
also
electric.
not consistent enough to be good. So we're using Sickening Pulse to greatly increase the amount of statuses and also stack up the slash, heat, and toxin procs in the way that Sickening Pulse works in order to try and make Bunraku kill enemies. Emphasis on try. Bunraku is not a soft line of sight ability. It is a hard line of sight check. So if an enemy is behind a chest-high wall, it will not hit them, and the same is true for Sickening Pulse. So it is not a particularly effective skill for actually killing anything. But again, this is COPE-MEI, so we're just doing what we can with what we have and not just leaning on a gun to do everything for us. Outside
So you're saying just use a Torrid. Yeah, just use a Torrid.
of that, because like I said, her energy economy is not very good, we're using the Death Cube build that's pretty normal. This has Synth Deconstruct on it, so it'll also generate health orbs in addition to the energy orbs. And the new thing here, because people want to see some of the new pet stuff, is the Tazacore. The Tazacore is just here to kick out radiation, viral, and electricity stats. This is basically a like little chain weapon that does a bunch of status.
I would say drop Hammer Shot for Sinister Reach. Way better. You know, longer dick.
Bunch of enemies, which is also excellent for getting assists, which is what Death Cube is trying to do, and just damage a bunch of enemies. So we're going to get a lot of orb generation from him doing things. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention, because people want to see it, the Aminata, while not super impressive and not worth getting its own video, this is a full build for it. This is like a worse version of Idun, which you can get from Duviri.
Oh, for a second I'm like, what the fuck is a Dune? And then I realized it's the Edun. It's the fucking other polar, yeah.
Would use basically the exact same build, except for its unique kind of augment.
Spell nude, Edun backwards. It's nude.
Also stronger, which is meant to make it Steel Path viable.
Yo, what up, Az?
I would say that this weapon is. You might be wondering why you're not seeing Higasa in this video, and that's because that weapon is kind of interesting. It's got like a weird shield on it or whatever, but otherwise
there you go.
it just doesn't do damage to significantly leveled enemies, and it might be fine as like a new player thing, but realistically you're going to level it and throw it away. By the time you can get the Higasa, you should have already built
or just Torrid.
True,
just use a Torrid
player. With all of that, let's go talk about what makes decrees good and why the decrees on this are not good after we show like the minor test here. So like this is the Orokin battle group. They're on Steel Path.
So you're just saying use the Torrid? Guys, listen. I'm not saying just use the Torrid, but DE made this frame to tell you, hey guys, you want a frame that can hold your Torrid? That's not Revenant, Saren, Volt, Mirage, Harrow, Gus, Wisp, Koumei. Yeah, she's Japanese. She's anime. Yeah. Oh my god.
Level 225. We throw out our 4. This stuns all the enemies, and then we can use Sickening Pulse, and you'll see a bunch of them will die. Some of them got bad statuses on them, so we use our 4 again, hopefully get better statuses, and then use Sickening Pulse again. You do still need to get pretty lucky on her 4, but if you get decently lucky...
Also, here's the thing about Sickening Pulse that people don't know. If you use Sickening Pulse on a status effect, it will give you the extra stacks of those DOTs and deal more damage. However, if you cast it again, the multiplier will not get stronger. It will refresh and go into like a base value. So make sure to apply newer ones and then use Sickening Pulse. Just saying. Nabris, no. Plague Star and Nabris are two different things. Look at the investment. You need to... Exactly. There's a lot... Oh, that's right. Especially for a new player frame. That's a lot. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of investment for a new player frame. What the best new player frame that you can get is literally the starter Warframe. Freaking Volt, Mag, Excalibur. Pretty huge. And when you keep playing the quest, you get Excalibur Umbra. You join a freaking dojo, you get like Neja, Wukong. You get yourself a Rhino. A Rhino is better, and Rhino is tanky, gives you roar. Did I mention it's tanky and it gives you roar? The most overused helmet ability. It gives you roar. Just saying.
You can just like use your one and it will kill a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You don't even need prime sure-footed. Oh my god, that's right. You have iron skin. You spend less time on your butt. And when you use roar, it's a DPS increase right there. Oh my god. Yeah. That's huge. Forgot.
Okay. Like I said, it's highly limited because you do need to be able to see every single enemy that you're killing. And it's also kind of slow and RNG based. But it does
also, Sickening Pulse has a travel time.
Work well enough. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Now, I really want to talk about what makes decrees good, but we need to change location for that. Okay, we're back. Welcome to Duviri, a probably familiar place for most of you. This is Drifter Intrinsics. So the thing that makes the...
I got peckish. All right, we're back.
Are the intrinsics. And the intrinsics make degrees good because of, well, really three things.
Which writing, the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Rename your case. Dumbest fucking dumbest thing ever.
But two main things. One being any decree gives you 10% damage.
Oh.
And any decree gives you 25 max health.
Huge.
These are things that you get as like a nearly baseline. It is the first level you attain in Duviri after getting your summon case, which is part of the literal tutorial. Besides those two things, which make getting any decree good, you get the opportunity tree, which just generally, like as a general thing, it makes your RNG better and lets you choose what you are going for or what you are picking up.
Oh, wait. These don't transfer over to Koumei, right? This doesn't transfer over to Koumei, right? No. I didn't get health. Oh my god. There we go.
In terms of decrees. So, not only is every decree stapled on with 10% damage and 25 max health, you also get the choice. And the choice is vitally important to decrees for a lot of reasons. Obviously, things like close contagion.
Bro, he got it first try? What the fuck? Oh my god, it's huge.
Are not available to Koumei. But like, if we're looking at what these are, regardless of what the list is for Koumei, because I know it's specific and I'm not going to like curate this to only that. Looking at certain ones of these, they're only going to be useful if you're choosing them and wanting to use them. So, for example, is heavy attacks deal an extra hit with 120% corrosive damage and status versus ability cooldowns get 15% efficiency. So comparing these two, if you've built Koumei in a way where you're spamming her abilities, you probably want the 15% efficiency. This would get you to max efficiency.
Not only that, right? In Duviri, when you deal with decrees, it's in a controlled environment. You don't have to go through annoying challenges. You just have to complete an objective or reach a certain point to get a decree. And you start off with a set of choices before you go into the mission. So decrees work really well in Duviri because it was built around that. Unlike Koumei and something like the actual normal Warframe gameplay, it just doesn't work. And when you say, oh, does it, but what about Circuit? Circuit has to follow the same rules as playing in Duviri because you're still going through an objective, you're completing a task to then get a set of decrees for you to choose. So it's in a controlled environment. Even though you get super powerful, you still feel like you're going through an evolve state, you know? You get stronger. The more you play, you get stronger. And you don't have to play for hours in Duviri to get to a point where you actually get stronger. You need about, what, 10 decrees? And you can get 10 decrees in about 6 minutes. Or less, depending how slow the task is. It can take longer when you have to herd sheep. This is a stupid one.
Which would be great. If you're using a melee weapon that focuses on heavy attacks like Harmony, you probably want Salted Wound. And being able to open this menu and choose between those allows you to curate them and put them into what you are doing. And that, like, reduces.
Here's another thing. In a regular Warframe mission, you can't just stop, press escape, look at what decrees you have, right? The HUD, the Warframe HUD, mixed with the Duviri HUD is completely different. It just feels so weird and awkward. You're gonna have to stop, see what decree did I have last time? What do I have? Let's say you have 2 decrees that require you to do different actions, like dodge roll to get crit, or do a melee to get crit chance. You know, weird shit like that, right? Imagine you have to keep all that shit in mind.
Is the raw RNG of just getting bad things all the time. Like, for example, Nimble Gunner, there's a bunch of rolling things that you can get where, like, you roll to reload is one of the ones Koumei can get. And roll to reload is not useful. If you got a melee build on Koumei, it's like, congratulations, you have this decree that has given you actually nothing because you're playing a melee build on Koumei right now. So congratulations, wait 2.5 minutes. You didn't get to choose something else that would have actually helped you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, if you like are on a gun build and you choose Wormling's Aid to get the extra 40% corrosive damage and status, and you're using a shotgun, that's excellent. That's an increase to your shotgun damage that you've brought with Koumei.
Exactly.
The ability to choose and re-roll and use all of these things that are integral to the Duviri system is what makes decrees good. It is a large part of it because you can go down a path where you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing crits with my gun. I've got the like reload and get a stronger shot, which would be very good on like, you know, low ammo weapons like the Vectis or like the Exurgis. If you have one of those, then you might take something like that. If you're on a weapon that doesn't crit, you don't want Critical Frost. Maybe you're on melee and you want Smoldering Strike for the melee attacks with fire damage. Those choices make a big difference.
Huge difference, by the way.
Roll this and you get 4 things that are not useful to you. Generically, 25 health and 10% damage is...
Yeah. You with Koumei, you don't get to choose anything. You don't get a HUD like this to pick your decrees. It's just like, hey, here's a decree. What does my decree do? Oh, yeah, you do more heat damage with your melee, but now that fucked up my melee build because my melee build was melee influence. It had viral electricity. Too bad. Now you're gonna deal violent radiation. Your influence is fucked. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Fucked. You're just eating dicks there. So your melee build is out the window. Good luck playing melee influence. You're now stuck with your gun. You know what your gun has? So you modded your gun for, let's say, I don't know, gas electric. Guess what? You get cold on your gun. Now it's gas magnetic. There you go. You're fucked. You honestly think her without decrees is better? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her decree ability is her best and worst ability at the same time. I kept on saying this, but people never understood this. I'm like, do you understand how much shit you will get into if you get the shit decrees? Or sometime you can get a list of 5 decrees that are completely useless, which actually happened when I was playing Koumei. I did the 30-minute survival, and I only got 1 good decree. Dodge roll to get crit damage. It's the only one I remember because all the other ones were like, what the fuck is this? Skip. What is this? Skip. She can make a build good or she can completely destroy what you have. So this is why when you play Koumei, just go with Torrid and you'll be fine.
It's really good. And that 10% damage being like a generic buff where like it would work on like Koumei's abilities, where the more decrees she gets, her abilities get a little bit stronger, would go so far in making her abilities actually good at dealing damage. And I just think it's really important to point out the things that make the decree system good is not just pulling a fucking rabbit out of a hat and being like, what color is this rabbit? I need blue ones. It's opening up this menu and being like, oh, nice, I got one that I can use, and I choose.
Thank you. Someone with a brain. Someone with an actual fucking brain. Spitting facts. There's so many fucking Koumei dick suckers out there. They're like, oh my gosh, she's so good. Like, bro, take that dick out your mouth, man. Use your head for once. Please. Please. You're just a hater. No. You're not using your head. Fuck.
Use it, and that part is really important. And the generic stats are really important.
Sound is too authentic? Yeah, because I hear it a lot from these Koumei dick suckers.
You'd have runs of Duviri that are miserable, And if you're doing longer runs on Koumei,
Yeah.
you're going to have similarly miserable runs where you just get like a bunch of things that make you faster instead of the thing that would be good, like double status damage or like other good decrees, like the one that gives you the extra hit of corrosive damage for your guns and such.
That's kind of huge.
You're just going to have bad runs of it. And I get that she's a gambling frame, but like, as is the decrees in Duviri, you don't have to gamble and always lose. So with all that explained, because I felt like it was important to do so, let's go do the Seal Path run with Koumei and cope a lot.
Damn. Poor guy. Yeah, he has to do this for content, because if he didn't do this, people will be bugging him. You too like to play Warframes that have too little to no control on whether they're good or not. Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Into the gamble zone with us.
Let's go check this out.
Saying hello, everyone.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead just to see how his gameplay is. Oh, he got a decree. What decree did he get? Oh my god. Sometimes Firefox with YouTube is so annoying. Hammer of Retribution. Ground slams and power strikes boost attack speed. What the fuck is a power strike? What the fuck is a power strike? Hello there. Heavy? No, then it will be called heavy attack, not a power strike. What the fuck is a power strike? Duviri version of heavy attack? But we're not fucking drift. What the? Why would they call it a power strike? They would have to, dude. They need to redo these decrees for Koumei, because having the same weird decrees and the names, look at it. Such a rushed shit Warframe, bro. I'm telling you, they just made Koumei just so they can have something to present at Tokyo game shows. Guy, we're going to Japan. Let's have a Japanese Warframe. Boom. Koumei. And let's get Nanami to voice and do a monologue, you know? At least that part was nice. You don't know what a power strike is? I don't know if I expected to know. Exactly. What the fuck is a power strike? Most of the game modes are too fast for you to be able to get multiple decrees too. Exactly. And you know what's funny? How they're also contradicting themselves. They said Koumei is good for an endurance setting, yet you didn't build Warframe for people to deal with endurance settings. Like, the game was not balanced around that, and not many people do endurance runs. And you designed this Warframe for new players. New players are not going to be doing endurance runs. This is so weird. And people, like, only crazy people will be doing survival endurance runs. That's crazy. Why would I waste 8 hours to see funny 9999 number? Fuck that. I'll rather do Cascade, Disruption, which is like, what was that? An hour maximum. Like, what? That's what I'm saying. This like, what is this frame? Yeah, exactly. Also, DE can ban you for doing endurance runs. Because, oh, you stayed in a mission for too long and you collected too much loot. Oh, you're hacking the game. You're banned. So you design a frame for endurance runners, but people would rather use something that's better. But then you say she's also for new players. But to make her work, you need a lot more investment that new players won't have access to. And on top of that, she's so RNG that you can't even control what you do. And the stuff that you have that you can get from the decrees can mess up your builds. How much, like, what thought process went into making this Warframe? That's what I'm saying. Like, the DE, like the people who, like, they don't play their game like players. They play their game to test a couple of things, sure, but they don't play their games like players. They would ban, yeah. So they have like an autobot thing. So if you collect too much loot, so let's say your Smita gives you a triple proc, or wait, you don't get that anymore. Well, if back then, right, when Charm was Charm, when Charm gave you like a double or triple proc, you pick up a lot of loot. It can trigger something in the bot saying, oh, you're hacking. Trade ban or completely banned. Yeah. That does happen. Also, if you pick up loot in a very weirdly fast motion, so when you do polymer farming, it's in your anus. You know, Iphelia in your anus. You know that place? right? You go down there and you're using transference with Magus Anomaly. So you're pressing that, you can suck, so enemies can die in a very quick motion, and you suck everything up really fast. Getting all that loot in a quick action can trigger the bot as well to trade ban you. Which is weird. It doesn't happen for the host, but it happens to the clients. Because coding.
Ground Slam and Power Strike boost attack speed by 25% for 5 seconds. Again, super narrow and like not very useful to like most builds you would probably be running. Yeah, this build, I should have a decent enough line of sight.
Yeah.
Except for those guys over to my right, I can't really see.
You know what would make this build better? If he had casting speed shards. Look at that. Look how vulnerable he is when he's casting the ability. This is what I'm saying. Casting speed, letting animations shine is bad. Especially in a very fast-paced environment where every single enemy is trying to kill you. Why do you think ARPGs like PoE or Diablo, you go around, have AoE nuking builds, you know, your bone shards, your fucking icicles with your sorcerer, or like the lightning ricochets in a PoE ranger build? You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Except for those guys over to my right, I can't really see. Kill enemies inflicted with cold status. My 4 can do that, thankfully. There we go. Finisher attacks grant 500 armor for 10 seconds.
Armor for 10 seconds? What? Why don't you make it finishers give you armor permanently, but it has to stack up. So you need multiple finishers to then get your full armor, so it can remain there for the entire mission. That would have been a better thing. So you have to like stomp what you do. You do a finisher. Oh, I lost the armor. Let me go back and do a finisher. Like, what? Saying it should be casting. No. DE purposely. Oh, it's Dalinor. Purposely makes animations slower, because this is a thing that Rebecca actually said. By the way, if you don't know this, this is a thing that she said a long time ago. I'll bring up the video where they design things so they can let animations shine. Because if you're attacking too fast, there is no tactical advantage. What? These are actual words. There's no tactical advantage for attacking faster. That makes no sense. Yeah. This is when they introduced galvanized mods and gun arcanes. Yeah. That doesn't make sense. In what way have being slower is a tactical advantage? And then and then they proceed to give you Tennokai, which scales with attack speed. Nice. Contradiction. Pull it up. All right, let's pull it up. I have to System of Parvos. All right. We found it.
The Sisters of Parvos update is going to be taking a look and changing 3 melee mods. The first melee mod to change is Berserker. Right here on the dev build, you can see that it's now called Berserker Fury, which means it cannot be stacked with other Fury.
Wait for it.
Such as Base Fury or Primed Fury.
Wait for it.
We're also changing the condition of it. It's no longer on critical, it's on melee kill. Criticals are quite easy to achieve, and they push the critical meta when you have that condition. So now, a status-focused weapon could benefit from Berserker Fury in the same way that critical ones would be skewed towards before.
Okay.
We're also just bringing the actual stats down a bit across the board. So you can get 35% attack speed buff for 10 seconds on kill, which will stack twice, bringing you to a total of 70%. Whereas on public, you can get 25%, 3 times up to 75%. So the cap has just been brought down by 5%. Generally speaking, we think that attack speed as it is one of the bigger problems with Melee and the type of gameplay it encourages. It doesn't let animations shine. It has little or no strategic use because the speed you're going at is just, you know, one motion encouragement.
I rest my case. There it is, boys. There it is, boys. I rest my fucking case. This is why I bring up the animations shine thing. Doesn't let animations shine. There it is. They nerf Blood Rush. They nerf Gladiator mods working on your Sentinel weapon to then give you Wrathful Advance. They nerf AoE weapons, guns, to then give you melee influence. And people say I'm crazy. There it is.
Again, are these OP?
Yo, Golem, Smeagol, welcome back with 9 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Make it make sense. Yes, every update, they contradict whatever they just did. They nerf... Here, they nerf Maiming Strike. Melee gets a new meta. They change melee. Guns come into the meta. AoE just dominates. I even made a video where melees are just like useless at this point because your guns will do more. They nerf AoEs. So, sorry, they nerf ammo. So they make AoE weapons less useful. And soon after that, what did they do? Melee influence. Soon after that, they release fucking Neja with his fucking augment. Dude, like every normal fucking player who saw Neja's augment were like, no way they're releasing this. That's too powerful. Like, is this like a placeholder thing? No, they released it just like that. And what happened? We made a 300 KPM Neja build. We were killing things without even looking at them. What did they do? They're like, okay, no, it's too powerful. We fucking nerfed the shit out of it. Yeah, granted, it was Stars who came up with the thing, but still, what the fuck? They like get players to test your game. You literally just watched that video. Welcome on in. Get players to test your game, DE. Like, you can't just do test servers for 2 days. Make it an open test server, not a closed test server, only a handful of people. And by the way, these handful of people that get to test the servers don't play the game like to test. They're like, oh my god, new thing. Yes, more damage. Yay. Like, what the fuck? Get actual players who are willing to actually put in time to see what works, what doesn't work, what breaks the game. Like, if you're not gonna do, like, what's the point of just rushing out an update, having it be a buggy mess, right? For those who don't understand it, game being a buggy mess, right? Look at my operator. No, look at it. No, you're not using your... Look at my operator. Please. Like, what? Come on.
Like, not very strong.
But yeah, COPE-MEI.
I've gotten 2 useless ones so far.
Oh yeah, there's a transference bug now. The T posing shit. Buggy and Carnins as well. Like, please, like, stop rushing out these things. By the way, I haven't even checked Plains of Eidolon. What new bug is happening in Plains of Eidolon? Like, I don't even know what's happening there. Because usually when there's a bug that comes out, whenever there's an update that comes out, a new bug happens in Plains of Eidolon. Yeah.
Kill enemies that are far away. Also pretty easy challenge. After taking damage, roll to recover half the damage taken. Oh, it's a rare one. I got 2 of that buff. too bad it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Here, guys, you want to know what makes... So her third ability is a passive... It's not passive, sorry. It's a helmet ability that's available on everyone. Okay? And you need to have a 666 roll so it can make you invulnerable. Okay? Now, let me show you something. So you see this guy right here. Okay, you see this guy. You see this ability. This ability has an augment that can give this ability to everybody in his team. Not only that, if you don't want to use Revenant, you can just... Where is it? Do Vazarin. It's recastable too. Look at the health. There we go. We're invulnerable. Like what? What? Not only that, right? A more useful ability. Where's Barak? This one. Desolate Hands. Right? Look at that. This is better. It disarms enemies, and it gives you damage reduction. See where that guy's disarmed. Oh. That's not it. That's not all. That's not all. Where's she at? Gaga. Her second ability. Not only does it give you 90% damage reduction, but it also deals damage that can scale indefinitely. And you can share this with allies. Not only that, it debuffs enemies so they can take more damage. Why the fuck would I use Omamori? New Simulacrum? Yeah, there's new Simulacrums you can buy from syndicates. Ash is more weeb than Koumei. Yeah. Priority of mobs and Nautilus. Corden. Then Guardian. Then put whatever else you want.
And my cooldown is already at like 15 seconds or so or whatever. But like, this is a big thing with the decrees, is that people think that they're so strong. And there's like a couple of them, but like, there's a couple of them that are pretty damn strong. And then otherwise, you're going to be sad most of the time.
Yeah.
You don't have the generic stuff. Like, wouldn't I be much happier if I had like almost 100 more health right now and like a percentage more damage? Yeah, definitely. Oh, kill enemies close to me. We can accomplish.
You know, it'd be nice if I just had a frame that had a decent kit that enabled me to do more damage while also giving me a lot of utility. You know how many frames can do that? Wisp, Bolt, Saren, Rhino, Caliban, Mirage, Nyx. Yes, even Nyx. Like, what? Citrine? Casting 2 a second a billion times, trying to get fleet foot. I don't... Is fleet foot even present on this, by the way? DE running out of ideas. It's not DE's running out of ideas. I feel like as I said earlier, I feel like Koumei was a rushed product just so they can have something to present at Tokyo Game Show. Fleet footed isn't there. There you go. That's even worse.
Push that. We can get near, guys. Yeah, this is just like Sickening Pulse plus, you know, plus or 4.
How many frames?
COPE, I know, but if you want to actually use what's in Koumei's kit, this is what's up.
But Zyme, you're not using what's in Koumei's kit. You're using Sickening Pulse. You want to know what else? You can just do this with a secondary. You can just throw your, you know what's funny? You can literally just throw your Cedo and Sickening Pulse. So you're saying you can do this with any other Warframe? Yes. Yes. You can do Varuna Gas Contagion with Sickening. Actually, I thought, why do you even need Sickening Pulse on fucking Varuna? What like, what am I saying? I'm fucking. That's a stupid thing. Just press 2 on Varuna. Like, oh my god. Wiki has the list of decrees and what they do. I see. Worst thing about Koumei is mods don't affect her stats. It's always RNG. Yeah. So it doesn't affect the probability of you getting anything good. I thought efficiency or duration would affect it somehow, but apparently no, it doesn't. Isn't Harmony passive sickening? Yes. No. Harmony is expedite. Harmony is expedite suffering. Only use range on her. What? Only useful is range on her? No, strength is also beneficial because then your DOTs will do more damage. And because you'll use strength so you can put roar on Koumei. Or thickening bulge. No, what I want DE to do is stop, slow down. Once they finish 1999, go back in time. Because you're already going back in time with 1999. Right? Go back in time. Start changing things bit by bit. Slowly but surely. Take a look at Gas City. For those who do not remember, Jupiter looked like shit, by the way. And then now take a look at Gas City. It looks fantastic. Really cool tile sets, weird looking enemies. We don't talk about Ropalolis. That's horrible. But we got Disruption. With the rework to Jupiter, we got Disruption. One of the best game modes in Warframe. Huge. Big W. Yeah, the art team does cook. But sometimes you need some other people to help out. You need some outside help for this. But yeah, I mean, he's just gonna go around playing Koumei, pressing Sickening Pulse. It's not that impressive. It's just like putting a Torrid on a Warframe. It's not that impressive. It's like doing level cap with Revenant. It's not that impressive.
And if you use weapons that can just do the mission without her, it'll look pretty good. But in terms of her actual power, it's pretty disappointing. Not too bad, but half the kills are with Aminata. Okay, well, yes.
True. But yeah, I'm glad Brozime knows what's up with this useless Warframe. Because I've seen like and Tactical Potato. But Tactical Potato is very neutral, right? She did say she was shit, but he was just like, yeah, you like her, who cares, right? Fair, makes sense. But I've seen some people going, oh my god, Koumei, you're so fucking good. Ah. I'm like, bro, chill. What the fuck? Take it out your mouth. It's not that big. You're not choking on that.